All right, so here we are, and we have volume 1 of the Diary of Samuel Pepys without the dust jacket on, because we're going to add a little something to it. As you can see, volume 1 is a library discard, and I don't do this with all my books, but some books, when there's already evidence of, other people's book plates, library discard, pockets, I like to take some of my own book plates here and add them in. And these, I bought 2 boxes of them last year, used online. I think I bought them off of eBay. I think they were manufactured in the 1970s, but there's 50 book plates in each box, and I'm slowly working my way through them. And so we're going to add one of them into the book. And so it's got an adhesive on the back, but it's kind of like an old-fashioned stamp, so you have to get it wet. Now, I've sort of found the best way to do it is to take a paintbrush and a little bit of water and get that nice and wet on the back, and then just paste it in. Now, because this book already has a book plate here, there's not really going to be, well, I guess I sort of could. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll overlap a bit. But sometimes when there's not space, I'll go sideways. And then when that's all dried and set, I put my name right along there. And I really should be consistent with it, because I've noticed in some I do, my full signature. In others I do the initial of my first name, my middle name, and then my full last name. And so there's an interesting mix. But I think these are really neat, and I've enjoyed adding them to my library. And hopefully this turns out okay, since I'm doing it kind of awkwardly leaning over a table. But we'll just get that. And you don't want it too wet, because if it's too wet, then it'll be wrinkly and soggy. But immediately it does start to curl on itself. And so we are very gently going to place it there and make sure it lies in such a way that we don't get any air bubbles. And sometimes I do get air bubbles, and when that happens, I just kind of smooth it out with my finger, and they'll usually go away. So there we have the book plate in the corner here, and as I said, I'll write my name there. And we'll just close that up and use a second book to put some pressure on it, and we'll let that sit for a few hours before I come back and put my name in there. But yeah, that's what I do. And this is just an old envelope, because obviously I don't want to get the table dirty. But I'm liking these book plates, and the plan would be to put one in each volume as I read through them. I've been doing the same with my set of Honoré de Balzac. As I finished a volume, I put the book plate in. And of course, there is a possibility I could run out of book plates before I finish the set, finish reading the set, that is. But I sort of suspect I can probably find something similar, if not more of the same book plate online somewhere, because this is quite a famous painting in the book plate. And I've seen other very similar, vintage book plates for sale online. And if worst comes to worst, then I just design my own book plate and switch over. But that's what's in there for now, and I hope that you found this interesting.